Thanks for tuning in to the Preserve Your Catch. I am Megan Baumler, recording for Suzanne Dreesen, University of Minnesota Extension food safety educator. In this module, I will cover how to safely can, pickle, and freeze sport-caught fish. Pickling fish is an easy method to preserve fish for up to 6 weeks in the refrigerator. Follow a research-tested recipe and methods to decrease the risk of foodborne illness. Be sure to refrigerate the fish at all stages during the pickling process at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. The basic method for pickling cooked fish includes soaking the fish in a weak brine, 1 cup salt to 1 gallon of water, for 1 hour. Drain the fish and pack in a food-safe container in a strong brine, 2.5 cups of salt to 1 gallon of water. Refrigerate for 12 hours. Rinse the fish in cold water. Next, make a basic pickling solution in a large pan or kettle and bring to a boil. You can find a pickling solution recipe for fish on the University of Minnesota Extension website. Search pickling fish. Once the solution is boiling, add fish and simmer about 10 minutes or until fish is easily pierced with a fork. Once the fish is cooked, remove the fish from liquid, making sure to save the pickling solution. Place the fish on a pan in a single layer and refrigerate immediately. Cooling quickly will help prevent spoilage. Pack fish in clean glass jars and add a few whole spices, a bay leaf, freshly sliced onions, and a slice of lemon to add flavor. Strain the vinegar solution, bring to a boil, and pour into jars until the fish is covered. Seal the jar immediately with the lid. Make sure to store pickled fish in the refrigerator and use within 4 to 6 weeks. You may find many variations of pickled fish recipes. Be sure to use a research-tested recipe for safety and quality. Another way to preserve fish is to can it. Fish is low in acid, so to can it safely, it must be processed in a pressure canner. To start, the fish must be cleaned and rinsed. Next, cut the cleaned fish into 3.5-inch lengths. Pack fish in a hot pint or jars, leaving 1 inch of headspace. Add 1 teaspoon of salt per pint if desired for flavoring. Then carefully clean the jar rims with a clean, damp paper towel. Adjust the lids and process. In a weighted gauge pressure canner, process at 15 pounds of pressure for 100 minutes. In a dial gauge pressure canner, process 11 pounds of pressure for 100 minutes. The University of Alaska has information for processing fish in quart jars. To freeze fish, begin with the freshest fish possible. There are many different methods to freeze fish to prevent freezer burn, add flavor, and keep in moisture. Lemon gelatin glaze, ice glaze, or packed in water are common methods to freeze fish. To freeze fish using the lemon gelatin glaze method, mix 1/4 cup lemon juice and 1 3/4 cups of water. Use 1/2 cup of the lemon juice water mixture to dissolve 1 packet of unflavored gelatin. Heat the remaining 1.5 cups of lemon water mixture to boiling. Stir in the dissolved gelatin mixture. Cool to room temperature. When cool, dip the cold fish into the lemon gelatin mixture. Drain. To use the ice glaze method, place unwrapped fish in the freezer to freeze. When frozen, dip fish in ice water. Put back into freezer for a few minutes to harden the glaze. Take fish out of freezer and repeat the glazing process until a cover of ice is formed. Packing fish in water prevents freezer burn, but the quality of fish is less superior to the ice glazed method. To pack fish in water, place fish in a shallow pan. Cover fish with water and freeze. Once frozen, place in freezer wrap or freezer bags. Put in freezer at 0 degrees or colder. Regardless of the method, it's important to use freezer wrap, freezer containers, or freezer bags to package the fish. Tightly seal the package. Label with the date and the type of fish. For best flavor, consume the frozen fish within 4 to 8 months. Vacuum packaged fish results in a tasty and superior fish. However, it's important to follow these thawing instructions for all home frozen or store-bought vacuum packaged fish. Prior to thawing in the refrigerator or immediately after thawed, remove the fish from the package. By opening the package when thawing, oxygen is present and the spores cannot produce the vegetated cells that produce the dangerous toxins. Preserve your catch by canning, pickling, or freezing fish. Thank you for listening.